And now we are back in the city to challenge ourselves. We are here to compete. We are here to create.
Boys and girls, and a very warm welcome to the Porsche Arena here in Stuttgart, Germany. My name is Liam Lonsdale, and with me tonight is one of the world's most famous climbers, Sasha DiGiulian. Good evening, Sasha.
Good evening, Liam, and welcome everybody. You are tuned in to the finals of Adidas Rockstars 2018, and what a finals we have lined up for us tonight.
Almost 80 pro athletes competed in the qualifying rounds here, with over 150 athletes competing in the Ticket to Rockstars event, all vying for a place in the semi-finals earlier today.
Any moment now, the athletes will be arriving to the stage.
Sasha, I don't know about you, but I cannot wait. And here come the athletes. First out from the USA is, of course, Alex Burchill.
And next, out, we have Keita Watanabe from Japan.
Next athlete, amazing qualifying and semi-final rounds from her, 21-year-old Japanese climber. Not only that, she is, of course, the overall Boulder World Cup winner this year. It's Miho Nanaka.
And now we have overall Boulder World Cup winner of Slovenia, Yone Cruder.
A firm favourite with the fans and one-time winner of this event. They're having a great time already, Sasha. Coming out next, of course, will be 29-year-old Russia, Ekaterina Kiprianova.
And next out of Japan, we have Kokoro Fujinami, who has won a gold medal in every season.
Since 2016.
Since 2016?
Yeah, he took a gold medal this year, won in 2017 and won in 2016. 25 years old, one of the real powerful athletes on the circuit, true all-rounder. Did he just cabbage Yone Cruder? Out next, 2016 Boulder World Champion. She's won gold medals in bouldering and in ice climbing. She is one of the true greats on the circuit, and she's only 26 years old. From Switzerland, it's Petra Klingler.
Next out, at just 22 years old, from Korea, a personal favorite of ours over here at the studio, Jongwon Chon.
Jongwon Chon, an absolutely sensational athlete. He won the Asia Games combined format earlier this year. He placed second in the bouldering in the World Championships in Innsbruck. He's a real character. Yes, there are those moves.
Also
Famous.
known for his dance moves.
Definitely one of the biggest characters on the circuit right now. Out next from Belgium is 21-year-old Chloé Collier.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Chloé Collier.
Next out of a very strong field of Japanese climbers, we have 23-year-old of Japan, Tomiaki Takata.
Tomiaki Takata.
Very, very talented athlete, and 3 Japanese male climbers in the final. Next athlete, first place qualifier for the women, 20 years old. She's European bouldering champion. Definitely one of the ones to watch tonight, and my tip for one of the athletes in the super final, it's Sasha Yone.
Next out, the tallest, but also the oldest on the men's side, out of Ukraine, Sergei Topishko.
Very excited to see Sergei Topishko in the final. They're making us wait for him.
And there we have it.
So those are the finalists. And in a hot second, those guys are going to be looking at those boulders. And before they look at that, I want to introduce our co-commentator this evening. Sasha, I'm delighted to welcome to the broadcast none other than 3 times Adidas Rockstars winner, Canadian hotshot, superstar climber, Sean McCall.
Hey guys, how you doing?
We're great. Can you not tell we're quite excited?
I heard the whole broadcast at the beginning. It sounds great. I am definitely excited.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited to have you here, especially since you were my co-commentator last year. And in a second, we're actually going to be saying hello to you guys at home. You can be watching this live on social media. You can be watching it live all over the world. We want to hear from you. Send us some info, send us some comments, tell us where you're tuning in from. We love to hear from you. We have an international audience. Hundreds of thousands of people watch this broadcast. It's truly an international affair.
We have an incredibly internationally diverse set of competitors as well.
And I believe we're going to be able to say hello in person to everybody at home about now. Oh, there's me. Hi, guys. How's it going? Welcome. Liam Lonsdale here, and I'm joined this evening by none other than Sasha DiGiulian.
Welcome, everybody, to tonight's show. Thank you so much for having me with you tonight, Liam. As well, joining us is none other than Sean McCall.
So, yeah, we're over here. We're actually, this year, we're on a different side of the stage. We're normally on the other side of the stage, but they've built us this awesome studio. If you've been tuned in on Facebook or on Instagram, then you will have seen all those different broadcasts. We're here anyway, and we're going to be here all night in the studio, bringing you the best of the action. Sean, what are your predictions for the finals tonight?
Well, I think Alex is going to win, like I said. I think it's going to be Jongwon as well. I think the final is going to be between Miho and Alex and Jongwon and Cruder. I do think Jongwon's going to win, but I think they're both going to top the boulder.
Oh, it's
going to be an actual race.
Love that. What about you, Sasha?
Well, actually, I was thinking similarly to Sean along the lines of Miho and Alex Puccio in the super final, but I'll wage my bet. It just drains me to say not Puccio because I'm such a big fan, but Miho was such a strong contender in this last bouldering World Championships. And as for the men, I would bet for Yone Cruder.
Well, we'll have to wait and see who it is going to be. Now, what's very interesting, Adidas Rockstars is one of the most spectacular events on the international competition circuit. And actually what's most impressive about it is the logistics that go into the back end, to the actual building of it. What people don't realize is the massive amount of work to build. There is the Porsche Arena here in Stuttgart without any of the building inside it. Here are some fun facts for you. The structure is made of 2 9-meter wide walls. They're constructed by Sintrock. You can actually see them, the whole stage being brought in. That arena just looks so bare and naked without this incredible stage built in there. The actual wall itself consists of 300 plywood boards, 1,200 hinges, 5,000 screws, 200 adjustable board holders, and 70 steel beams. You can see it all being built up there. It's built over the course of a week. This is really a thing of beauty. It's a work of art. I mean, this time-lapse only goes some way to show how extensive the preparations are. The stage is actually elevated so the people in the audience get a unique view. You can see right in the center there, the super final boulder. The route setters are there. We have 8 amazing route setters, and they have been using Voltonic, Cheetah, flat holds, and Squadra holds. We'll talk a little bit about those setters later on. And before we talk about those setters, I mean, the thing that's really interesting about this one, Sasha, is the heritage.
You know, Adidas has done such a great job of bringing together music and melding it with climbing. There's a Rockstars element to the side of coming out on stage as a rock climber and then also being greeted by these incredible DJs and performers like Eclipse.
For sure, Eclipse was incredible, actually. So the athletes now are in the observation period. They have 2 minutes to look at each of the 4 boulders, so that's 8 minutes total. They work out the beta, decipher the ways to do it, and decipher the ways to make their way to the super final for their chance to be crowned Adidas Rockstars 2018. And speaking of Adidas Rockstars, we actually have a clip to show all of the previous winners, all the way back from 2011 in Ötztal, all the way through to now. Now, first battle back in 2011, some very young-looking faces there. Anna Stöhr on the right-hand side. The first event in Ötztal was the first person to hit that buzzer and be crowned Adidas Rockstar. Same year, Kilian Fischhuber and Dmitry Sharafutinov battled it out. Sharafutinov, look at that arm, unbelievable extension. He was the one to the top and hit that first way back in 2011. It looks like a baby event now when we look at it. 2012, Alex Puccio there on the right-hand side. She was, of course, the winner in 2012. That was her first Adidas Rockstars title.
Such a veteran of this event. Here we have her in finals with us again tonight.
And look who she was against, Akio Noguchi. Puccio reigned supreme. The same year, a familiar face, John Cardwell and Sean McCall with a questionable haircut. I'm sure it was very 2012. Sean was the fastest up that boulder. There he goes.
A Rockstars winner himself.
That was the
here with
first
us
time
tonight.
Sean McCall took the gold. Now, 2013, you had Shauna Coxey versus Eula Vaughan. Germany versus Great Britain. Shauna got the lead, but it was actually Eula that managed to get up there first and hit that buzzer. And if I remember correctly, Shauna was ill that year. Same year, it was a bad IFSC season for this guy, but he was so psyched to make up for it here at Rockstars. Slovenian powerhouse Yone Cruder, who is in the finals tonight, battled his way against Rustam Gelmanov to climb, look at that, so good, climb out of that super boulder onto the top and headbutts the buzzer, fine style. They don't call it Crazy Cruiser for nothing.
The famous headbutt.
That then takes us to 2014. 2014 was, of course, Mina Markovic against Akio Noguchi. Mina Markovic was picked to the post by the Japanese superstar. And in the same year, it was, of course, Jungwon Chon versus Sean McCall. This was the controversial one. The rules are now very clear on it. At the time, the rules were slightly more clouded. Sean dived Sean was the first one to be stood. The rules now state you have to be stood. Sean thought he'd won. Sean thought he'd won. It was Sean that took it. Sean took his second Adidas Rockstars title. Then, of course, it was that incredible year when Megan Mascarena's toe-hooked her way to the top. Unbelievable. I will never forget that moment. I think she surprised herself with that one. That was 2015 that the USA's Megan Mascarenas took the win. And another Sean McCall battle, this time with Rei Sugimoto, whose hand popped. McCall capitalized and took his third Adidas Rockstars title.
Sean McCall, you are the only one in Rockstars history to have 3 titles.
Next battle was, of course, 2016, which was Yanya Gambrat versus Jessie Pills. Those athletes went all the way to the end. They were past the 4 minutes. It was sudden death. And only just Yanya Gambrat topped out ahead of Jessie. And then, of course, it was the big versus the small. Yan Hoya versus Tomoe Narazaki. I've never seen anything so quick. Tomoe Narazaki blasted his way to victory. And that brings us to last year. Alex Puccio made a welcome return after long-term injuries. She battled against Yanya Gambrat, smashed that buzzer, and showed just how good she is. And then it was Jongwon Chun again, this time against the reigning champion Tomoe Narazaki. And look at that mantle power. One of the best fast climbers there is, Tomoe Narazaki reigns supreme, took a second title in a row. Not here this year, so we are guaranteed a winner. And there they are, the winners. And those are the winners until this date. What we can tell you is we have defending champion Alex Puccio here, but we will have a new men's champion. Sean, how did it feel to be looking back at those videos?
It, a bit of humor. The tripping thing is pretty funny. Yeah, they changed the rules now, so you have to touch the buzzer and stand. But no, it's a great memories. Dates all the way back to 2012 for me. Yeah, but 3 victories. Obviously, it's really, really nice, and I love coming to this event every year.
Well, Tomoe Narazaki isn't here, so he can't take your title. Sasha, you did compete in this event.
I have competed in this event, both in the first event that ever took place back in Austria, as well as in 2012.
And how did you do?
I believe I came 7th the first year, and something of the sort, but missing finals the following year.
Nice. Let's have a look at this start list again. We've got some incredible stats in here. Sean, you've been competing on the circuit. Maybe you can give us an insight into some of these athletes. Tell us about Sergei Topishko. I think he's one that if you watch the finals, or rather watch the World Cup, then it's a name that you'll see regularly, but it's not a name that's probably as well known as some of the others in the finals. What's Sergei like to compete with?
Well, he's like a giant.
He is a giant.
I think he's 7 feet tall.
Okay, not quite.
Okay, so I think he's actually 6'4".
Yeah.
6'3".
I'd say 6'4", yeah.
With like a +4 or 5. And so it's really funny because I've been training with him in the gym, and I do a move. And then we were doing this other one where I was a feet first like jump, and he could just span it. And I'm jumping 2 feet and then catching another hold, and he just spans it. And so it's weird. It's weird watching him climb because, well, it's weird watching him climb if you're a short climber because you do everything different. I think it's his first. I don't think he's been in a finals in a World Cup.
No, he hasn't.
So this might be one of his first, I guess, like on the same par as World Cup finals.
Right.
But it'll be really interesting just to see the different methods he uses. Because even on the first boulder in semifinals, he could span all the way from that long left hold all the way to the finish. And so it'll be really interesting to watch for that.
And Sasha, you know a lot of the girls personally from your time competing and just generally through the climbing scene, but one that you know particularly well is Alex Puccio. She won last year. She's been 2 times winner. She's been injured quite a bit over the last couple of years. What's going to be going through her head tonight as reigning champion, but also coming back from injury?
Alex Puccio has always had such a phenomenal ability to push through with grit and style, and also just such power. She is, in my opinion, one of the strongest, if not the strongest woman climbers in the world right now. And we were just at dinner the other night, and she was telling me about a knee injury that she was sustaining. And she actually had surgery just about a month ago. But I have full confidence in her ability to pull through that tonight. She has just a few boulder problems to get through, and I'm quite confident.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. We all have our predictions for who we're going to see on the top spot. We'd like to know who you think is going to be on the top spot. Get in touch on social media. Let us know who you think is going to be the winner. We are very excited to hear from you guys. You can see that hashtag in the middle of the wall on the mats there, hashtag Adidas Rockstars. Use that in your posts to join the social conversation and join that social wall on the website. Just moments away now, Sasha.
We have so many strong competitors yet to come. This is for sure going to be such an exciting show.
It certainly is. We've got lots of people tuned in. We're excited to interact with you as much as possible. If you have questions for us, predictions, whatever it is, then do let us know. But here are our first athletes, ladies and gentlemen, kicking off tonight's Adidas Rockstars final. On the right-hand side, none other than Serbia's Sasha, and on the left-hand side, from Ukraine, it's Sergei Topishko.
Sasha is a European champion in bouldering.
She is indeed. She's had a pretty good season. She's placed 4th twice in this competition. Sorry, go on, Sasha.
She also took bronze in 2 World Cups this season as well.
Yes, she did, and finished 4th overall. Sergei Topishko wasting no time on those first move of the final boulders. Cruises into that double volume Gaston. Very dynamic. Must be a big move if Sergei's having to jump. Big move up to the top for him now.
Now we can see that he is struggling perhaps with his long legs, switching positions in order to make more room for his right heel to come onto the top of that volume.
Come on, Sergei. Come on, Sergei. Oh, okay. One attempt down for Sergei Topishko. Sean, you've just seen that boulder. What do you make of it?
It's always interesting when he has a jump. I think he had the last move correct just before he went and switched back. I think he has to kind of like palm the right wall.
I did think that, because they've not taped that right-hand wall.
So I think it's the right palm in there, and I think you'll see it on a second try.
Well, we'll have to wait and see, and we can see what Sasha Gayo's up to. Women's one using those beautiful hybrid cheetah volumes. They have plywood finish on one side, and then friction coated PU on the other side. It's a very close grain friction on that one. Rips the skin off, but doesn't feel particularly sticky.
What's unique about those volumes is the route setters can really manipulate the way that the climbers are approaching these problems. With the dual texture, it makes the usable surface of the hold very particular.
Sasha Gayo almost knee scumming with that right leg. Just trying to get established for that left hand. Oh, a little short there. Here's Sergei Topishko again. He's gone right foot. Big lockdown for him. He's going to have to press with the tricep. Oh, he's down. Very strong maneuver there from Sergei Topishko. Needs to engage triceps. Both athletes just taking a moment.
Sasha is nursing a knee injury herself, as we can see the K-tape around her leg.
And there is the incredible audience packed full here at the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart. Over 3,500 people crammed in. And Sasha Gayo now, oh, just off again.
It's difficult because the women do not have a left foothold once they hit that first hold after the start. So she will really have to hold the tension over towards the right.
Right, okay. Well, let's see how that fares up. Brushes in there, cleaning off those holds. Sergei Topishko asks the crowd for some support, and they gladly give it to him. If you're wondering what the format is here in the finals, we're running a 4 minutes plus format, like old school IFSC, which means as long as the athletes are on the wall when the timer sounds, they can continue climbing. Sergei jumps to the first hold, places his right foot on the volume. 1, 2, hops, catches that volume with ease, and he's going right heel again, Sasha.
He's also taken his chalk bag with him so he can really generate some sort of rest and leverage to get to that top.
He's so tired. Sean, is he going to do it?
I hate to be a negative, but I don't think he's going to do it.
7 seconds.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, so close. Oh gosh, on the timer as well. Sergei Topishko denied on boulder number 1. Incredible atmosphere here for the first climbers in the finals of the 2018 Adidas Rockstars event. Awesome. Okay, boulder 1 done. Sasha, how are we feeling?
That was such an exciting way to close out that first climber. Sergei nearly getting the finish hold.
Now, interestingly, Sergei, who's probably got the longest arms in the final, couldn't make that span. Sean, do you think that's just the fact that he's so long in the body that he can't actually get into the space? Or is it a really, really, really long way?
I mean, we'll see on the next couple of climbers, but I really think that he needed his left heel in the air instead of his right, and then bring his right hand in the air.
Yeah.
And so, obviously, when we commentate, we're kind of guessing, right? And then if they do it that way, we look like geniuses, and if it's totally wrong, we look like not geniuses.
Well, it's funny you should say that, Sean, because if you guys at home want to know what the route set is intended, as each boulder occurs, you can actually see on social media beta videos from the route setters. So if you want to double screen it, maybe you can watch the broadcast on your laptop and you can watch the route setting videos on your phone. You can actually see the intended beta from the setters. Next athlete, Tomiaki Takata of Japan and Chloé Collier of Belgium.
Our first Japanese competitor of this evening. We actually have 4 Japanese across men and women.
We do indeed. Chloé Collier there, lining up. And here goes Tomiaki Takata, opting for a completely different beta here, Sean.
Yeah, Sergei just jumped, and I wonder what the method is now. Both work, both flashed into there, so.
I mean, this is what Udo Neumann was saying. Oh, he's off. Close. This is what Udo Neumann was saying in that technical analysis, Sasha, is that there isn't just one method these days.
Really, in climbing, that is something that makes our sport so unique and special. It's so welcoming to so many different body types, short to taller. We are consistently seeing different methods being utilized contingent to the style of these climbers.
And Chloé Collier of Belgium sticks that first hold on the cheetah. Volume takes the zone with the right hand. Sticks the left toe hook in to hold the tension. Oh, and she just loses the core tension there. So, so close. Tomiaki Takata of Japan lining up again. If you're enjoying the broadcast, then make sure you tell your friends. Tomiaki Takata climbs up, bounces off the right foot, sticks it this time and makes no mistakes. Sean, it looks like he's going to use your method.
There we go. And then right hand kind of palming in that little corner.
Oh!
He has to maneuver his hips up on top of this
Oh, look
volume.
at that, he wraps the right hand on the volume, places the left hand. He's got the top in his hand, all he needs to do is match it.
I think he's got it.
Ladies and gentlemen, the first top of the night goes to Tomiaki Takata of Japan. Amazing stuff.
It was crazy, too, how he did it. He crossed up with the other hand, didn't use that corner thing, and then did a full mantle.
It kind of looked, Sean, as though using that would actually... I mean, he was wrapping the side of that volume. It was so bad. The core tension needed to then press out of it. The groove kind of faces away a little bit.
Here we have Chloe using a knee bar at the start of her first problem.
I'm sure dear friend Alexander Magos is watching. He's probably feeling sick to his back teeth now. He does not like knee bars.
It is what is getting up Chloe onto this problem, finding use of that left volume and really digging her, oh, just not enough, her high angle 510 shoes.
They're a really interesting shoe as well, the 510 high angle. Obviously they use stealth rubber, which is super, super sticky. And they start off quite stiff and then soften up. So it'll be interesting to see where Chloe is in the stiffness cycle of the shoe. Whether she's got new shoes that are stiff through the toe, allowing her to stand on those small edges, or whether she's let them break in a little bit, going softer to stand and smear on those big surface area volumes.
What we'll be seeing, Liam, is a lot of the competitors tonight will be wearing softer RAN shoes because of the use of the volumes and having the ability to smear.
Awesome. Here goes Chloe Collier again. Matches in. This is over the left hand this time.
Will she throw a heel hook onto where her right hand is?
Oh! Heartbreak. So far on women's boulder number 1, no tops. Tomiaki Takata taking the first top on men's number 1. Whew.
I believe that after this second boulder problem is our first round of elimination.
That's correct. So that's the other unique thing about the Adidas Rockstars format. Sean, can you explain that?
Yeah, so in the finals, there are 4 boulders, and there's 6 competitors. But after the first 2 boulders, half of the field is eliminated. Then it goes to the third boulder, then 1 more competitor is eliminated, and then it goes to the super boulder, and it's just the first person to touch the buzzer. And stand.
Has to stand. Thank you for...
New rule, new rule.
As we've learned.
Stand.
Not handstand. And stand.
And stand.
Exactly.
Maybe next year it will be a handstand.
Now, what was also special about this event in particular is it's not just one competition. There are actually local competitions. They have Rockstars Tokyo, Rockstars Russia. They've even had Rockstars China and Rockstars Korea. The next guy out has been the champion of Rockstars Korea. Jongwon Chon from Songdo in Korea is out next. He won the Asia Games this year. He's an absolutely stellar competitor. I'm very excited to see him climb in.
And on the women's side, a personal favorite of mine as well, Petra Klingler of Switzerland. She was actually a competitor in my age category, a 1992.
So, Petra and Chon lined up.
Let's see how Jongwon Chon decides to start this boulder problem, taking the technical route.
Yeah, it looks like he's going low. What kind of a hybrid of the two? Look at that! Almost flies up that boulder, kind of floated. 1, 2, 3, easily sticks that dyno. Jongwon Chon in great shape this season.
Sporting the solutions and using the dihedral, he easily tops out that boulder.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jongwon Chon's got a smile on his face. Fist pumps to the crowd. Sean, you used your beater.
I feel a little bit more smart now that he used my beta. But it's crazy because the first move he did it completely different as well. Takata obviously went down to the undercling, really, really close to his foot. Jongwon did a hybrid. He did a half jump, he didn't touch the undercling. And then I think he nailed the end, and I think we'll see more of that beta.
And so now, Sasha, we have Petra Klingler.
Petra is such a consistently performing athlete. She has such strength. You can see that in her shoulders as she's just needs to see that she has the volume on the left for her left foot. Petra is just coming off the Innsbruck World Championships, in which she competed as well in the overall combined Final 6 championships.
So, lines up again. Bumps up with the right hand into the underside of that Squadra volume. It's new this season, this volume, and we've seen it lots. First made its appearance in Munich, then a lot in Innsbruck in the lead and also the bouldering.
Petra is a well-seasoned competitor across ice climbing, bouldering, sport climbing, as well as a European champion in boxing.
Back in the day, I believe, yeah. One of the real incredible athletes of a generation, Petra. You know, to take a world championship in bouldering, to take a bronze medal in the same year in ice climbing, quite frankly, is amazing. And if you haven't seen that video, she actually badly injures a knee during the route and climbs with one leg to bronze medal. It's ridiculous. Here she goes again.
Coming out of the knee bar and reaching up to that sloper. Crossing right hand. securing the zone.
So Petra sticks the toe hook in. She didn't find that originally. We did see Chloe use that. Oh,
Such core tension.
Yeah, big shoulder move there. She tried to hold it, but that toe hook just slipped out. And that's interesting, you know, she's wearing La Sportiva Pythons. Chloe had the high angles, slightly stickier toe perhaps.
You know, the La Sportiva Pythons are a shoe that doesn't even exist on the market anymore.
I used to wear them, but I just can't remember what the toe was like to toe hook in.
They have a P3 formula in the toe box. However, the toe hook is leather.
Right, okay. Petra just biding her time. She's got 20 seconds on the clock. It is 4+, so she's going to wait right until the very last second. Usually gets on about 10 seconds, which gives her time to slip and get back on quickly. Places that right knee bar. Sticks the left hand. Now, will she use that toe hook? No, she's using the heel. Matches with the left. Hits the right. Look at that squeeze with the right heel. Incredible work from Petra Klingler. Places the right toe. Needs to get that left foot on.
She needs to cut her feet and hold her core tension so she can reach that volume. Just not enough energy left in the tank.
We will see what the rest of the women do. There is one top. Do we have one top on that?
No tops
No
yet
tops.
on the women.
Just getting too excited. This was that moment that Chon stuck the dyno, flashed that first boulder. Two more athletes going to be joining us on the mats. A hot second. Kokoro Fuji and Katia Kiprianova will be with us.
Another Japanese climber on the men's side.
Second Japanese athlete in the men's comp. Sean, what is it that makes the Japanese so good? It just seems that they have an endless pool of talent.
It's kind of funny because that's a pretty common question nowadays. And I don't know if there's any really big secrets. I think they train extremely hard. They're really dedicated. I think their federation is doing a really good job of enabling them to have good training. They're sending coaches. And I think they're just very determined. There's a lot of climbers in Japan. It's hard to answer. I just know that they're all phenomenal athletes. They're all really nice as well. That's kind of a bonus. And they're a lot of fun to hang out with.
And it's not like it's a new thing, you know, if you think about it. You can go all the way back to the likes of Yuji Hirayama. You know, there's some really incredibly strong Japanese athletes that have always kind of been around.
I spent some time in Tokyo 2 years ago doing a gym tour, and
That's
Tokyo
a lot of gyms.
actually has the highest saturation of gyms to any city in the world.
Okay, two new athletes. Kokoro Fuji on the left and Katarina Kiprianova on the right. Kokoro Fuji of Japan, 25 years old. Katarina Kiprianova, 29, from Russia. So, Katia Kiprianova in a lace-up shoe. So that's another different type of shoe that we're seeing. You know, it's a really interesting, you know, for me, talking about the shoes is actually a very interesting topic. It's something that is very personal to an athlete. Kokoro Fuji sticking that dyno. He's wearing high angles.
Now we see him going for the left foot instead of toe, heel. Trying to figure out how to mantle up on top and also considering the use of the dihedral.
And look, he's palming into that groove again, and it kind of gives you an idea of how strong Chon Jong-won's shoulders were. Whoa, he nearly took his chin off. How strong Chon Jong-won's shoulders were to palm out into that groove, Sean, and keep moving.
Yeah, it was really interesting, and the difference between Jongwon and Kokoro there was Jongwon had his hand touching the corner. And you're allowed to touch the black tape, you're just not allowed to cross it and touch the wall on the other side. And so Jongwon knew exactly where to grab right on the corner, and I think if Kokoro does exactly that and grabs it on the corner, I think he can do it. He was trying to grab 6 inches in. He even tried to palm it a little bit or make a fist and see if he figures it out.
It's like he was avoiding the black tape, forgetting that he could actually touch it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Climber who always looks very composed. She has such a technical grace to her.
So, Kati Kuprianova now stabs up with that left hand.
Getting her feet over left earlier than the other competitors.
One of the taller competitors hits the zone with the left.
The left, perhaps she could throw a right heel hook.
Just looking for the feet here, trying to work out where to put them to give her the most stability. Oh, she's down. Less than a minute on the clock.
Yeah, I went for that right heel hook like Sasha said, and I think if she can get that in, she can do the next 3 moves without moving her foot and then make a jump for the finish.
Kokoro Fuji still no top on men's number 1.
It's interesting to watch as the climbers approach this double dyno, moving his body all the way to the right and carrying that momentum. Now let's see if he can use the outer edge of the dihedral.
Just looking for the right position of that heel. Looks like he's about it this time. Gets the left hand on the top hold. Needs to press up, gets the right foot on. Can he match? There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Kokoro Fuji just in the nick of time with 7 seconds on the clock. Tops boulder number 1. Takes a minute to enjoy himself up there.
With a smile on his face. What an impressive performance.
I guess we can call that one the Topishko beta, because he ended up doing it the same way, where he matched, he had his left foot up, and then he went to the finish hole with his left hand still, but his right hand was still on the volume instead of going to that edge.
Very, very strong work there from Kokoro Fuji. Sasha, who have we got up next?
Next up, on the women's side, we have Miho Nanaka. And on the men's side, we have Slovenian's own Yone Cruder.
Crazy Cruder coming out. He, of course, took his first ever gold medal in the Boulder World Cup circuit in BEIJNG earlier this year, and then went on to win the overall title. It was my pleasure and privilege to be live hosting the BEIJNG event when he won that gold medal. And Sean, when he did win that, what was most incredible in that moment for me was not his reaction, but the rest of the circuit's reaction.
Yeah, he's been on the circuit for a long time, and I think everyone, himself included, has known that he's strong enough to win, but then he never won. And so it's hard. There's other climbers that we can pick out as well. He's been, second at the World Championships back in 2014. He had won this event in 2013. And so, yeah, he was in a couple of finals, and I think everything just kind of came together. And then he won that first event, and it just gave him that boost of confidence that we've seen with so many climbers before him, and we'll continue to see it. Just that extra confidence to be in a lot of finals, and then obviously wins the overall, and yeah, he's really amazing to watch.
He is indeed, and here are our next athletes, Miho Nanaka and Yone Cruder. People are saying they believe Miho's going to top this. Sasha, what do you think?
Miho has such an elasticity to the way that she climbs. I love watching her springy style, and I have a lot of confidence in her ability to get to the top of this boulder problem, yet to be completed by any woman.
That was a very roundabout way of not giving me an answer. Is she going to top it?
I believe that Miho will top this boulder problem.
There we go. Yone Cruder lines up for the volumes, pounces off the right foot, hits the dyno easily.
Yone Cruder went for the double dyno with a different approach.
Oh my gosh, look at that hip flexibility, Sasha. Oh my gosh. Yone Cruder means business, ladies and gentlemen. Yone Cruder means business.
Yone Cruder came out of the gates hot and ready to begin this final.
I'm glad that we introed him before he climbed, otherwise we'd have finished already.
Here's Miho already with the zone hold and trying to figure out how to bring her body over to the left side, holding such incredible core tension in order to get that right heel hook in.
It's really hard to explain how bad those holds are on a vertical wall. Then to explain how bad they are on an overhang basically is impossible. But Miho Nanaka is advancing through this boulder problem. Has the right hand on a new high point. Can she match in? Of course she can. She's chalking up. Goes next to that Squadra hexagon. Low friction on the outside, good friction on the inside, but it's no problem for Miho Nanaka, who tops boulder #1.
Miho with the first women's top of the finals round. What an impressive showing. Only one technical error to pull her off the wall. Second try.
Amazing work, and Sasha, you called it.
The right heel hook. I am a big fan of heel hooks. If anyone has seen me climb, often I use those. And Miho really rocked that right heel on the zone.
Cruder crushing there, Sean.
Yeah, he did it a little bit differently too. He just locked off and then went to the corner actually with the opposite hand. But in the end, it's getting your hips up high enough to be able to reach that final hold. And in case you're wondering about Miho's second try, the reason she got pulled off is you do have to touch all 4 of those orange tapes, one with each hand and one with each foot, before you touch any other holds or volumes. She had a little mental lapse. I think she was just really excited to climb, forgot to tag up one of her feet, and then the referee pulled it right down right away.
Which is the right thing to do, for sure, because otherwise it'd be breaking the rules. We're coming to the end of the rotation here. We have one more athlete in this rotation on boulder #1. Our first place qualifiers here from the semifinals earlier today. From Japan, it's 25-year-old Keita Watabe. And from the USA, in just a hot second, we will have 29-year-old Alex Puccio.
Alex Puccio, no stranger to this stage. Let's see if she can defend her title.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, turn around.
Okay, here they go.
Alex Puccio is brushing these holds because as we see through the competitors going about these volumes, they're obviously accumulating a amount of sweat and chalk buildup. So brushing the holds maintains the integrity of the friction.
Keita is one of the taller Japanese competitors. Very athletic. Kind of deceptively big, I'd say. And Alex, I think, is deceptively small. I remember the first time I met her, I was surprised at how short she was. How tall is she, Sasha?
Alex Puccio is about 5'3".
Yeah, I think just, you know, she's such an athletic figure, such a muscular build. You kind of see her and you think, wow, she must be big, but actually she's tiny.
Well, also watching Alex Puccio climb, she climbs tall in the way that she really makes use of the entirety of her height and her arms, and also her ability to really compress between the holds.
She does indeed, and here goes Keita Watabe. 1, 2, 3, easily sticks the jump to the volumes. Looks like he's going to go right heel. Switches to the middle of his foot and opts with a toe. Whoa, a big push off that left hand. Get out to that swimming pool. Uh-oh, man down.
That effort can't be easy with the amount of energy taxation he just put his body through.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was crazy. You could see him go through his 3 different scenarios of, okay, first I'm going to try to mantle with the heel. Didn't work. Second, I'm going to try with the middle of the foot. Third, I'm going to try with the toe. Then he got the toe. Then he was like, okay, I'm going to take the toe off. I'm just going to do a push-up. And then he just ran out of juice and fell off.
You literally just saw his mental process in action. There's Alex Puccio just taking a second. Do you think she'll know that Miho Nanaka didn't top it first go?
I think actually she thinks she flashed it because she kind of stepped on and the referee pulled her off right away, and then she did it, so...
Unlike the IFSC finals this year, where athletes have actually been able to see the results when they're in the finals, the athletes do not know what's going on. Alex Puccio slaps up with that left hand.
While the athletes can't watch each other climb, they often have a vague idea as to what problems are being flashed, what problems have been sent. You have this specific amount of time to be out competing, and when another competitor walks back after just a minute has passed.
And now she's moving really well. She has the right hand, she has the left hand. She matches him with the right, and that is a top on women's #1 for Alex Puccio. Only 2 women have managed to top that so far, and that's the end of the rotation. We're now actually going to get a chance to review the whole thing, that whole round, just in a couple of minutes of slow-mo clips. And I believe we might even be on screen for a second. There was Keita Watabe, of course. Amazing effort from him. Oh, he's still on the wall.
Keita Watabe fighting his way to secure that next top.
Can he do it this time? He's going through his beater again.
Still rocking up on that right leg. Using even his forearm.
Literally using everything he's got to make some progress here. Opening those hips up, keeping his shoulders close to the wall, keeping the center of gravity over his feet. Gets the right hand on, gets the left hand on, and the buzzer. Keita Watabe tops boulder #1.
And you could see the pure determination in his eyes. He knew that was his last try. Even if he jumped off, he could have tried it one more time, but I think he would have been too tired. And yeah, he gets away with it with 3 tries, so it's gonna be really close after the second boulder.
Sasha, I really wish we were on camera then, because your face was a picture. What was going through your head?
I was simply thinking, holy incredible, that performance, as Sean said, in his eyes. He had the determination to get to the top of that boulder problem with a different approach than the others.
So innovative, so creative, and yeah, so successful. He's topped that first boulder. So, Sean, do you have the results there as they stand?
I do. So in first place right now is Miho Nanaka. In second place is Alex Puccio, and in third place is Chloe Collier.
So that's the podium as it stands. And what about the men's?
And on the men's, in first place in a it says a tie, and I don't know about qualifiers, but it's Jongwon Chong and Yone Cruder with Tataka in third place.
Okay, so those are the results so far. You can see them on your screens now. Everything's still to play for here, but the athletes will be going into boulder 2 knowing that that elimination boulder is coming, and it's coming quick. Those athletes with 1 top to the name have much less to do than the athletes with no tops. Let's see what happens.
This second boulder problem being the line at which, after this round, there will be an elimination of half the field.
Indeed there will. 6 athletes will be reduced to 3. And the best result of those 3 athletes, the top 2, will go through to the super final. Okay, let's have a look at those highlights. There was Sasha, of course, moving very, very well through that first boulder, but no top for her. Chloe Collier also fighting hard on that boulder. She was so close, but couldn't quite hold it together. Petra Klingler looks like she might have the knowledge. Used that really, really delicate heel. Couldn't quite make it work. And Katerina Kiprianova, she looked solid as well. But there was no top for her either.
Katerina being the first of the competitors to come so close. And then Miho walking out and doing the problem with such ease and grace.
Yeah, Miho Nanaka looked so strong on that boulder. Despite that technical where she got pulled off, she basically flashed that one, but goes in with 2 attempts. And Alex Puccio, on her second attempt, managed to top that boulder. Sergei Topishko, of course, very, very strong. We thought that he was going to top, but you didn't quite get there. Painfully, painfully close. Then it was Tomiaki Takata. He stuck that dyno like a champ. Utilized beta that we didn't even think was possible.
Being the first to set the precedent of the left foot, as Sean McCall called.
My pick for tonight on the podium, Jongwon Chon. He topped it on the flash. So stylish.
and with a dance move at the top.
Kokoro Fuji went on to top the boulder as well. Took him a couple attempts.
Yone Cruder with such dominance and determination. He just came out of the gate ready to top this boulder problem, as he did.
And climbed it with absolute style and grace. Keita Watanabe basically didn't look like he was going to do it the whole time, and then actually managed to top it in the end. And that was, of course, the men's qualifiers. Yeah, what an amazing, amazing first boulder, and what a wonderful start to the competition. Okay, boulder number 2.
Preparing for this next round.
We're getting a good look at it. We'll go back to the beginning in the rotations.
I'm feeling excited, guys. How about you?
I'm absolutely not excited. No, I am. I cannot wait for this. Sean?
I'm excited to see them on it. It's always so crazy. You see a boulder and you say, okay, I think it's going to go like this. And then someone tries it and they do something completely different and it totally changes the boulder.
Well,
I'm excited.
First out, of course, from Ukraine is Sergei Topishko. And from Serbia is Sasha. The dry ice bellows out of the tunnel. And here come the athletes. What an entrance.
Sergei, the 6'4" Ukrainian.
He's getting taller every round. Both athletes stood on the mats with closed eyes for a moment just to gather themselves, get ready to execute on boulder 2. Both know how much this top will mean. Oh, just misses that coordination move first time. You saw she had to go 1-2 with the hands and then stab the right foot down. Sean, Sergei Topishko's moving quickly. Sasha, what do you think he's going to do?
Sergei Topishko.
Oh.
Well, he needs to stand up off that left foot and really make a dynamic move to that sloping volume.
Looks like that left-hand side pull undercut is going to be crucial. Sasha sticks it.
Really crazy dyno too. It's you have to match that first one, hit the right hand, and hit the foot.
Whatever Udo Neumann said about the women not being able to coordinate quickly just got proven wrong.
Sasha making potential quick work of this next boulder problem.
Awesome work, and a top on a second attempt, and a big smile from Serbian Sasha.
Sasha really mantled her way up that boulder problem and made it look not so difficult.
She climbs that style really well, actually, Sasha. I'll be intrigued to see how the other girls fare on this one, because like we've said so many times already now, this boulder means everything. You don't top this one, you're definitely not going to go through.
As you can see, the setters have wedged these two volumes together to create a small crimper.
Dirty. Sergei Topishko chalking up, taking a moment to catch his breath.
We see such creativity being used by these root setters in their use of the volumes and melding the different volumes together on the women's problem. We saw that hexagon that was literally created by different volumes.
Yeah, the tessellating shapes really enabling the setters to get very, very creative. Sean, these athletes taking the moment just on the floor between attempts. What's going to be going through their mind?
I mean, it looks like in a competition like this, they're actually trying to dry their hands. Because after, it's hot out there's cameras, and he slipped a couple times, so you can see his right hand slipping off there. I don't know if it's chalk or if it's just a really, really bad crimp, just like Sasha said. But usually it's, rest, get your head right, chalk up, brush the holds, and give it your all.
I mean, it was much cooler in here this morning, even though the actual conditions haven't changed. What has changed is there's 3,500 bodies all emitting a lot of heat. All the lights are on, all the cameras are on. It definitely feels warmer in here.
And the conditions in which the route setters are putting up these boulder problems needs to be matching the conditions that are on stage so that the route setters actually have an accurate gauge as to how difficult the problems will be.
Right, and we know that actually the conditions were very different, so they had an extra hard time. Here goes Sergei Topishko again, 31 seconds on the clock, slaps up to the sloper with the left hand. Matches in with the right hand to the opposite sloper. Oh, and he's out of there, lost body tension. 20 seconds, is he gonna get back on, Sean?
I think he's gonna go for it. He's gonna let it count down. He's gonna get on with 4 seconds left.
Give it a brush. Sean thinks 4 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It wasn't quite 4 seconds, but you know, fair play.
That
Sergei
last second.
slaps up off the crimp with the right, with the left hand to the sloper. Turns that Gaston on the left hand slope, with the right hand sloper rather. Undercuts with the left hand, but just loses tension. So close to Sergei Topishko, but no top. He'll have to wait and see what looks like, but with no tops, it's very unlikely that he's going to go through.
It is a certainty that he will not go through.
Indeed it is. He's in 6th place. Good maths. Maths was never my strong point, Sasha. And the iPad with the results is over there with Sean. This table's really long. That was a happy moment for Sasha Geo, topping that with ease. There's that crimp again.
Sasha always with a smile. I love that finishing moment where she looked back at the crowd and took it in.
Okay, new athletes. Next athletes, of course, from Belgium, Chloé Collier, and from Japan, Tomiaki Takata. Always very, very calm is Tomiaki Takata. Here they go.
And on his t-shirt, keep it simple.
That's all it needs to be.
We've seen some great Japanese t-shirts earlier today. We saw
Natsumi.
Natsumi's t-shirt. Fierce.
Very cool. You can, of course, watch this on www.adidasrockstars.com/live. Stick a dash between Adidas and Rockstars. You can watch it on all the social media channels. We'd love to hear from you. Do get in touch.
Take part in the social conversation by hashtag Adidas Rockstars.
Tomiaki Takata now easily into that left hand, pressing his body weight over the left foot. Oh, it just misses that right hand. So close there, Sean.
Yeah, he looked really, really close, and I think he basically is a little bit smaller than Topishko. I think he fits into that box a little bit better, and then obviously got to the second last move.
Fitting into the problems is something unique in the way that we have such a variety of heights and approaches that these climbers can be doing these boulder problems with, and maybe for the longer dynamic moves, being taller is more helpful, but then you're confronted with having to fit your leg into the box.
Chloé Collier gets on. In that flexed position in the hips, engages over that left leg and the right hand, presses up to get that slot with the left, keeps the body tension to take that voltonic volume with the right hand, holds the lock off, and matches with ease. Great top there on boulder number 2 for Chloé Collier.
Chloé Collier securing a top in this round is crucial in order to have a chance to make it through this first elimination.
In this competition already, she's already bested her results here. She placed 12th here in 2017, 17th in 2016. This year, she finished 14th in the Boulder World Cup overall. Tomiaki Takata still fighting over there on men's number 2. Ah, short on the sloper.
And with the men, because 5 of them did the first boulder, it really comes down to whoever can do this second boulder, assuming that there'll be 3 of them.
Right. He placed 8th in the overall World Cup rankings this year. His best result of the season was 5th in Meiringen. He made 2 finals in total. He took a 6th place in Vale. Biding his time now with 57 seconds to go.
There's such strategy to the point in which the climbers pull onto the wall, whether they maximize their rest and wait till the last second, or as he's doing now, pulling on in order to then have the chance to pull on for a last attempt at the last second.
So, bumps the right hand into those 2 volumes where the crimp is. Left hand, right hand, using that compression and the body tension, stands over the left hand and the left foot. Needs to get high on that left hand. Oh, and just misses the sloper again. 16 seconds to go. He says no thank you and thank you, and heads back to the athlete lounge.
Tomiaki with a gracious nod to the crowd as he goes back to prepare, hopefully, for the next boulder problem.
We'll have to wait and see if it's enough. There was that move that Chloe Collier stuck. And there was that gross little pairing of screw-ons. She had to bury those fingers in. Ah, fierce. And there was that top. Next out, we're going to have Petra Klingler and Jongwon Chon, Swiss and South Korean respectively. Chon is going to do this one, or isn't he? Sean McCall.
I think he will flash it.
Wow, straight in there. Sasha?
And here we have a look into the athletes' lounge zone where the athletes are stayed before going out. I think John Wong Chong has made such a ease of the first boulder problem that I would have a hard time disagreeing with Sean, actually.
He's an incredible competitor. Nearly fell over on his way out then. He's just so psyched.
He's excited. I'm excited to see another dance move at the top of this boulder problem.
Look how pumped he is. And there's Petra Klingler of Switzerland, taking a breath, smile on her face. She knows she can do this one.
Petra Klingler and I are sharing a hotel room here in Germany, so she is my temporary roommate. I have to be rooting for her.
Sean placing that left toe hook, opting for La Sportiva Solutions. Presses that right foot and then the left foot in there so that you can place the right hand. Digs the left toe in. Needs to get high on that left hand now. Oh, he's gone for the foot swap. Oh, he sticks it. Look at that. John Won Chon hits the sloper. Can he top it out? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, John Won Chon is making his intentions known. 2 flashes, and he loves it, and the crowd love it.
And giving us those dance moves at the top. This is why we love John Wong Chon.
And this is why we love Adidas Rockstars.
And because he flashed the first one, he knows for sure he advances to the third boulder. With that second top, it's looking pretty good for him to advance to the super boulder as well, and he's excited.
And so now it's down to Petra Klingler. There's the top. She smiles to the crowd, flexes the gun, says thank you, and off she goes into the back.
It will be a tough one for the women. Probably come down to falls on this second boulder problem.
There's that moment again.
For which 3 will not be eliminated.
Love that moment. He was like, I'm on top. Who needs the super boulder? I'm getting up there right now. Number 1. And that was the moment Petra Klingler, Swiss machine, stuck the move. And from there, it was all cruising to that top Voltonic volume. I would like to throw it out there and say that Jungwon Chon is the coolest competitor.
He's definitely having fun up there. You can see it. And, I mean, to be dancing on the top of boulder, he still has another 2 boulders to do, but he's having fun. He's getting the crowd in, and yeah, it's really cool to watch.
Got another rotation on its way. From Japan, we're going to have Kokoro Fuji, and from Russia, Katia Kiprianova.
And something really important to watch for when Kokoro gets up to that really, really hard move is as the competitors go out to that left undercling, Jungwon actually came in with his right hand to the other sloper pinch.
And was able to do that because of the foot swap.
Yeah, and Tataka didn't. He was looking up, and so I wonder if that's the difference between doing it and not doing it.
Well, we're going to find out because Katia Kiprianova and Kokoro Fuji are about to climb.
Making that foot swap required so much body tension between holding that little left undercling and then swapping his feet and bumping in with his right hand.
I actually thought he was going to fall off then, but something inside me knew that he wasn't. I've trained with Chon a few times at his home gym, and that guy's contact strength is phenomenal. As soon as you put a hold in his hands, it's very unlikely that he's going to fall off it.
We have a really dynamic boulder problem for women's number 2 with Katarina just missing the 1-2 stick.
Kokoro Fuji just chalking up. She sticks it. Katia Kiprianova sticks the move on that 1-2 dyno on women's number 2. Places the left foot, palming off that right hand, sticks the fingers between those 2 crimps, reaches up for the Voltonic volume, and matches with a smile.
Katarina, I believe that was just her 2nd try on this boulder problem.
I think you're right, Sasha, by saying that this 3 that go through to the next round is going to be decided by falls. A lot of people are going to top it.
Separate, of course, from Miho and Alex, assuming they can both do this boulder problem as they both top the first.
Kokoro Fuji now, let's see if he works out the foot switch beater. Oh, he almost looked like he was going to try it then, Sean.
Oh, yeah, and he came in with his right hand. This is an undercling. I think he can figure it out. Grind those gears in his head and figure it out.
Just taking a second to think it through.
We can see a slight wound on
Kokoro Fuji.
Yeah, his face, his chin from that last attempt in the first round of boulder problems.
If you are enjoying the broadcast, then please do share it. We'd love to get as many people involved in this competition as possible.
We've just seen that Gabriele Moroni has joined the conversation.
Gabriele Moroni is a very, very strong competitor. Took his first gold medal in a World Cup this year as well.
Also incredible on rock, but here we go for Kokoro.
Kokoro Fuji now with the left hand and the left foot. Slaps in with the right, not quite the same beater, and he really needs to switch that to the other side, Sean.
Yeah, he did. I think he does need to match feet and maybe come in as a shoulder. It's hard. We're nitpicking now. I actually don't know because I haven't come to the boulder, but do what Jungwon did.
Crowd really getting into it now. Over 3,500 people in attendance here tonight at the Porsche Arena in Stuttgart for the finals at Adidas Rockstars. We are almost halfway through the competition, and what a thrilling final it's been so far. If you're just joining us, my name's Liam Lonsdale, and I'm joined this evening by Sasha, DiGiulian, and Sean McCall. Kokoro Fuji climbing right now on men's number 2. He's got it with the right hand on the inside this time. Will he bring that right hand in? Doesn't look like he will, and he's down. He's out of there. Time up for Kokoro Fuji. No top. Sean, you've got the results in front of you. What does that mean?
Well, I think he got the zone on his first try, and unfortunately it's not going to be enough for him to advance to the next boulder. And now it's between the top 4, Sean, Cruder, Takata, and Watabe.
And that was the moment Katya Kiprianova stuck that dyno. Crazy coordination move.
Very excited for these next competitors coming out, Yone Cruder and Miho Nanaka.
Four minutes on the clock for the next rotation. As Sasha said, Yone Cruder and Miho Nanaka out next.
Yone Cruder trying to defend his Rockstars championship.
Yone, of course, took the title back in 2013.
And Miho with a strong performance on the first boulder problem. She has an injured right shoulder. Hopefully this press through on the volume won't create any further pain.
Interesting that you mentioned that shoulder, Sasha. Let's just watch you do this move before I tell you what I'm going to say. 1, 2, oh, just misses it first time. Okay. Basically, you know, she is injured, but it doesn't seem to have affected her performance. She just seems to, like, go into game time mode and shred it. It's incredible.
Every competitor on this stage has the ability to tune out pain and to have a really tenacious approach to these problems.
Yone Cruder now vying for that next boulder. He really wants to be one of the 3 athletes that goes through. Oh, and just falls short.
Yone Cruder not seeing the foot swap that Jongwon Jeon displayed to us.
Just to remind you guys of the format, we're running the IFSC rules from the past. We're running the tops in attempts, then zones scoring system. We're running a 4+ format, and there, Miho Nanaka sticks the move. Hits the zone with the right.
Clearly not being held back by her right shoulder, makes a quick top of the second boulder problem, securing her advancement into the next round.
Absolutely casual from Miho Nanaka, who is guaranteed to go through to climb boulder number 3. Top 3 go through, bottom 3 are eliminated. On boulder number 3, the top 3 will become the top 2 to go into the superfinal. So a 4th and final boulder in the center of this wonderful Adidas Rockstars competition structure.
As Miho walks backstage with only 2 minutes left on the clock, Alex Puccio is sure to know that she has to top this next boulder problem.
And a little fun fact. So Cruder was actually in top 3 before he even started this boulder. But to advance to the top 2, I think he kind of needs a top, but it really depends on what the other Japanese does.
So just give us a rundown on what that top 3 is looking like in the men's right now, Sean.
So Jongwon with 2 flashes, clearly in the first place. Cruder's actually still in second with his flash of the first boulder, and then flashing the zone on this one with Takata in 3rd place. But we still have Watabe left, and he's the last climber.
Yone Cruder pulls on for boulder number 2. Reaches over with that left hand. Goes direct and just misses it again. That foot swap proving absolutely crucial.
Yeah, the foot swap, the come in, he needs to do something a little bit different, but he touched the hold. So I don't think he's gonna try anything different.
Yeah.
It's so hard. You're getting closer and closer on the boulders. You think you're doing it right. You just need to try a little bit harder. And yeah, I would say he's gonna try exactly what he did there. And maybe he's wrong. He doesn't know.
It's exactly what we saw from Sergei Tapishko. He hit that hole, but couldn't quite stick it. And I really think that putting the right foot in that position brings the hips closer to the wall, allows you to get over that left hand a little bit more, and really crank in on it when you stick that sloper, giving you the body tension that's required to hold that volume, basically.
Yone clearly fighting with sweaty hands as he applies some more liquid chalk to his hands to prevent sweating. I think that he also has a chance of holding that tension between that big black volume sloper if his feet do in fact cut.
Smiles on the face of Yone Cruder as he gets going again for a final time with 13 seconds to go on boulder number 2. Here we go. Oh, he stuck it! He's absolutely proved us wrong. Sticks up with the left hand, matches him with the right, and there it is. Yone Cruder tops boulder number 2.
And that's the Yone we are so excited to see here in the final round.
So, Sasha DiGiulian, that was pretty impressive. Miho and Yone, both with tops there. We have Keita Watabe and Alex Puccio next. Are they going to top?
Alex Puccio, without a doubt. Keita, I believe now he has 2 options that have been proven possible. My bet is that he will do it the way that Jongwon Chan did it.
Sean, who's in the danger zone in the men's and the women's comp? Who's in that 3rd place?
So currently, in 3rd place for the men, it's going to be between Takata and Watabe. And Watabe has to get another top because he's 1 try behind in the first top, and the zone won't come into play here.
And what about in the women's?
For the women, Miho and Kiprianova are in, and Sasha or Alex will be that 3rd person, depending on if Alex can stick this jump.
Okay, so everything to play for here. Sasha Gale, who'll be waiting backstage. Whether or not she'll know, we'll have to wait and see. Alex Puccio comes out now, probably with a good idea that she needs a top on this boulder. Keita Watabe has got the game face on. 29-year-old Alex Puccio and 25-year-old Keita Watabe, USA and Japan respectively. 2nd boulder of this finals here at the Adidas Rockstars 2018. Oh, I thought she was going to flash that, Sasha.
Well, if Miho as well fumbled this initial 1-2 latch onto that initial moves on this boulder problem, that doesn't make me lose any confidence in Alex Puccio's ability to send it this
Here she goes.
try. And there we go.
Actually stabbing the right foot above the volume to secure that move. Presses up with the right hand on the zone, sticks the fingers in the crimps, and it's 1 easy move to the volume. Right hand's on it, steps through with the left, matches it with the right. Easy work for Alex Puccio, and guaranteed place on boulder number 3.
Both Miho and Alex Puccio being the 2 women who have topped 2 of 2.
And both topping 2 of 2 on their 2nd goals as well. So that's a tie, am I right, Sean? Alex Puccio has 2 tops in 4 attempts. Miho Nanaka, 2 tops in 4 attempts. Sean's refreshing his results.
That is almost correct.
Oh,
man. 2 and
Okay.
5 tries because of the 1st boulder as well.
Ah, okay, yes. Well, there you go, nice. There's a bit of a split. There's a split in the men's, there's a split in the women's. Keita Watabe deciding his fate here.
And he's having a hard time with the beginning, actually. And he needs a top. The zone won't actually do anything for him here, so really needs a top here.
For Keita Watabe, he is on the line between making it or not making it to this next round. Yet something that I've noticed watching Keita Watabe climb in over the course of this competition is his composure never changes. He always looks cool as a cucumber and knows when to bring the action.
Oh! Rips that left hand off. I'm not surprised he's holding his fingers. Surprised he's got any skin left on the end there. Looks like he deleted a finger.
Well, also these volumes are stacking up so much sweat and chalk from the preceding climbers, rigorously brushing the usable surfaces.
If you are just joining us, very warm welcome to the Adidas Rockstars 2018 final. Sean McCall and Sasha DiGiulian join me, Liam Lonsdale, this evening. It's our pleasure to have you along. You're watching Keita Watabe on boulder number 2. This ascent rather, is what will decide whether or not he goes through to the next round of boulders. He needs this top. Here he goes. Cruder behind him. Stabs out with the right hand and he sticks it this time. Drops the drop knee and the Egyptian in between the volumes. Goes in with the right hand to the zone. Much better this time. Oh, and loses the tension as he goes to the undercut crimp.
You could see that he was powering down the way that he had to milk that next handhold on his right, and his shoulders start to fall out away from the wall.
Nine seconds on the clock. Keita Watabe asks for support. The crowd give it to him. Here we go again. Sean, is he going to do it?
I don't think so.
The fact that he's off the mats probably suggests that you are correct. A great effort from Keita Watabe. First place qualifier here in the semi-finals, but not quite enough to go through to boulder number 3 of the finals here in Stuttgart. Sasha, it's time for boulder number 3.
It is time for boulder number 3, but I believe that we have an elimination.
We do have an elimination, and whilst we look at that elimination, we're also going to get some highlights. So let's take a quick look. Katya Kiprianova of Russia, Miho Nanaka of Japan, and Alex Pucci of the USA. 3 nationalities represented in that top 3 women's final for boulder number 3. And in the men's competition, that cut-off at 3rd place is behind Tomiaki Takata. Yone Cruder from Slovenia sits above him, and Jongwon Chon of Korea above that. Another 3 nationalities represented. Great to see it mixed up here in the men's final going through to boulder 3. The top 2 athletes after boulder 3 will compete on the super final of boulder 4. Now, before all that goes on, you're going to get to see our faces again, and we're going to talk you through some of the highlights. So, there was Sasha Gale. She made that move look easy and got her first top of the competition, Sasha.
And then we had Chloe closely following behind with her next top. Pressing against her shoulder, making her way over to a solid top out of that next boulder problem. Petra Klingler.
Of course, followed by Petra Klingler, who moved through with ease to a nice top for her. Katya Kiprianova picked Petra to the post. No finals for Petra here. Kiprianova goes through, and there was Miho Nanaka.
Miho Nanaka on her 2nd try, securing her place in this next round. And Alex Puccio with no surprise, 2nd try as well, securing her spot on boulder 3.
Such a strong competitor, 2 times winner here. Sean, can she make it a 3rd?
Well, my money's on her, so I think so.
So maybe. Then we had the men's competition. Sergei Tepishko of Ukraine looked like he might be with a solid chance, but just couldn't quite piece it together. Then, of course, it was Tomiaki Takata. Sasha.
Such an amazing performance by Jongwon Chon with that flip of the foot and coming into that volume with his obvious amazing dance.
One of only 2 tops on that boulder. Then he was followed by Kokoro Fuji. Kokoro got so close, but just couldn't quite make it work. And then it was, of course, Yone Cruder.
Yone Cruder using power over the foot match and securing his spot in the next round.
I was worried he was going to headbutt that final boulder there. Then, of course,
Dead.
Yeah, Keito Watabe just missed out on qualifying for the finals. Prior to this competition beginning, we all talked about who we'd like to see in a super final. I called Jongwon Chon, Yone Cruder, as did you guys. It looks like we're getting close to that.
It looks like our predictions are becoming quite consistent with Alex Puccio and Miho in first and second, and Jongwon Chong and Yone in first and second as well, respectively.
So now what happens is we go back to a reverse order. Third place qualifier comes out first rather. Mike Harmel, event director and head MC, getting the crowd pumped up, ready to welcome Katia Kiprianova back to the mats.
What an exciting finals round this has been.
So it is interesting because they come out reverse. They're already at a small disadvantage just because the first two boulders carry. So Tomiaki Takata has 2 tries to do this boulder or he's going to be eliminated. And Kiprianova has 3 tries to do her boulder or she'll be eliminated.
And the reason is, Sean, is because the other athletes have 2 tops and they both have 1.
Exactly, and it changes every competition actually, where by the 3rd boulder, sometimes you're ahead by 1 zone, sometimes there's a tie, sometimes it's 1 top, sometimes it's even 2 tops. In this, it's actually close, and I really want to see them get those tops in 2 or 3 tries to put pressure on the first and second to have to top them as well.
I'm really glad we've got you by the iPad there, Sean, because that's a great observation on the scoring. And here comes Ekaterina Kiprianova of Russia, 29 years old, our tallest female athlete. And there she goes. So, gets off to a good start. Small crimps on this one. Left foot high, using that edge on that Scarpa lace-up. Matches with that left hand to left foot and then pops the foot off, puts the foot back on.
Throwing that heel hook, taking a quick rest.
And secures the zone. Can she flash this boulder and put the pressure on? A reverse heel hook. Oh, just loses the body tension there. Sasha, what do you think of that B-turn?
That reverse heel hook is something that you do when you can't figure out how to get your left foot in, but you know that you want your right hip in towards the wall. It's a sometimes helpful method, though it can be difficult to get out of.
Would it be fair to say, Sean, a reverse heel hook is a panic move?
It's a panic unless it's planned.
It looked like a panic move just then.
I think so, yeah. I think she just, as Sasha said, you need your right hip against the wall. So you say, how do I get it? Okay, just put your leg in the air and like a front flag or a reverse heel hook, you just get your hip on the wall.
It can be a helpful intermediary move in order to get your body over into a position that you need it to be and emerge. Something to note as well, Katerina is the only competitor right now. We proceed with women first and then men.
Correct. So we have all 3 women, then we have replays, then we have all 3 men, then we have replays, and then we have the super final. Oh, she's done it again! Look at that, amazing hand to foot tension. Great flexibility, especially from one of the taller competitors.
Amazing flexibility on that left leg as she came in to match her foot with her hand.
Look at that crimp, she's matching on nothing there.
She's figuring out a way not to have to do the panic mode reverse heel hook.
Oh my gosh, close but not close enough. Calls for the brushes.
A lot of these competitors are using liquid chalk, and liquid chalk is something that prevents excess sweating on your hands and provides this nice foundation of chalk that stays on. There's blood already on that hold.
Lovely. It's funny that you should mention blood, actually. Sean, you can give us some insight. There was a lot of blood on the holds in the World Championships.
Yeah, so blood, it does happen. And at least in IFSC rules, you do have to control your own bleeding. And it's up to you to basically tape it, because you're not allowed to start the boulders if you're bleeding.
How much will the athletes be suffering with the skin since Innsbruck? You know, it's just over a week since that comp finished.
I think it depends how many rounds you're in. So definitely if you're in finals, combined finals, for sure you're going to have no skin. I don't even know how Miho's climbing. But, you know, they're veterans. They should probably take a full winter rest, maybe use some products or something. So they're ready to go.
I think there's definitely a market for growth skin, instant growth skin.
Spray-on skin.
Right.
I would certainly use that outdoor climbing.
Okay. Katja Kiprianova with no seconds on the clock. With her final possible attempt. She has to do this to put the pressure on.
Katerina throwing a toe hook in order to keep her body close to the wall. Just not enough oomph in the tank.
Such a shame for Katerina Kiprianova. She gave it everything, but everything was not enough tonight here in Stuttgart. Sean, as you said, that means that Puccio and Nanaka are now through to the superfinal.
That's correct.
And actually, the superfinal result does not have any reflection on the result that they've got so far. What's going to be going through their minds now?
Well, it has happened before. It's actually happened to myself. And yeah, it's a little bit awkward because Miho will come out next, Alex after her, and really you could just sit down for 4 minutes. You could wave to the crowd. You could dance.
I mean, Chon might.
Chon might, yeah, if he makes it. But, you know, usually you don't want to waste skin, so and you want to do the boulder problem. So usually you try it, you know, 2 or 3 times because you want to get the boulder. You want to, you know, you want to climb in front of this amazing audience. And so it's never actually happened that no one climbed, but I'm sure they'll think about it.
There was a similar scenario in the World Championships, actually, Sasha. Janja Garnbret had already won the bouldering round of the competition by boulder 3 and still came out to do boulder 4. And she didn't do it in the end, but tried it a lot. So that was interesting. Ultimately, I think the point that was made, I was actually speaking to Shauna Coxey about it, and I said, what was her thoughts on it? She basically said, these guys want to climb. You know, they're here to climb. They love climbing. They'll just climb till they break.
Especially on a stage like the Adidas Rockstars event where we have so much live music, such an enthusiastic crowd. We can see it in Miho's eyes. She is excited to put on a performance.
So, Miho Nanaka lines up for boulder number 3. One of only 3 athletes to try this one. We're already seeing Katja Kiprianova fail. Now it comes down to Miho Nanaka and Alex Puccio to show us how it's done. 1 attempt down for Miho Nanaka. 3 minutes 30 on the clock. In the background there, you can see DJ. Which one's that? It's DJ Chainsaw bouncing around. Chainsaw and Sun God providing the crowd and the athletes with the tunes tonight.
I'll be curious to see if Miho goes about the same beta as Katerina, who is much taller than her. In true Miho style, she has such an elasticity to her.
Sticks that jump, takes the zone with the left, locks that left down and takes the top edge with the right. Needs to finish this off now. Can she do it? Undercuts the volume with the left hand. Matches the right foot to the left, places the left foot high on that zone. So close to the top now for Miho Nanaka. Uses the structure. 1 hand on the top. 2 hands on the top. Miho Nanaka tops boulder number 3 and is guaranteed a place in the superfinal here at Adidas Rockstars 2018. That is a big smile.
Miho Nanaka coming out and putting on a performance despite already having that secured place in the superfinal.
I mean, basically, Sean, it's exactly as you said. A couple of attempts, not too much energy exerted. Doing it if she thought she could, and she did. Looked pretty calm.
Yeah, and I think she's going to be really excited. She's top 3 boulders. She knows that if she tops the 4th boulder a little bit faster than Alex, she wins. So I think she's going to be really motivated just to do the last boulder.
And interestingly, that does put some pressure on Alex Puccio now, because she's going to feel like if she can't top this boulder, Nanaka's going to be stronger than it, you know? Like, is that something that's going on in the back of the mind?
I think it could definitely go through your mind, and as an athlete, I'm sure Alex is going to play it. You kind of hedge your bets. You go out there, you try your hardest. If you do the boulder, you're just like, yeah, it's going to be a great. And if you can't do it, you think to yourself, oh, it doesn't matter, because on the fourth boulder, it's whoever gets up there first.
Well, there was the moment that Miho Nanaka topped boulder number 3 with a beaming grin.
Miho Nanaka and Alex Burchill both sporting some freshly polished nails, might I add myself.
Crowd waiting for Alex Burchill.
Alex Burchill, our final female competitor. And there she is. I am always so excited to watch Alex Burchill climb.
What do you guys think? Do you think she's going to do this one?
Yeah.
I do.
Flash or second try?
Flash.
Second try. You?
I abstain.
Okay.
Leave these on to you guys.
Very political, Sean.
So neutral.
Canada.
Here goes Alex Burchill, avoiding any political crises.
I am a dual citizen of
You are indeed.
USA and Canada.
Alex Burchill lines up. Come on, Alex. 1, 2, hits it on the flash.
Oh, Liam, you just might have beat me on this bet, but we still have a difficult move to go with that Katerina demonstrated to us. But Alex Burchill, no stranger to a shoulder press.
Alex Burchill eats difficult moves for breakfast. And this is just the starters. Oh, no, she's off. I can't believe it. Oh, no, I cannot believe it. Alex Burchill was so close, and then the footbot.
Oh, what a surprise, and I'm sure that was a surprise to Alex Burchill as well.
Oh, really thought she had it then.
Such a confident climber, though. She's just going to shake it out, and I'm sure give it one more try.
She's wearing Instincts on this attempt, Sean. What's that going to be doing with her feet?
Well, the Instincts are a harder shoe, and I know Alex really likes climbing in those because she doesn't like soft shoes. And they all have different purposes, but a lot of it comes down to what you're comfortable in and what you feel confident in. And Alex feels confident in Instincts, and so that's her go-to shoe.
Quickly looking at the replay there, I saw that it was a left foot that popped off the bonus hole. That was what pulled her away from the wall. It is a very, very small cheetah screw on. Not very much edge on it. Would a softer shoe have been any better?
For that one, I don't think so, actually. No, I think it was more, she was already...
As she tops boulder number 3 here in the Adidas Rockstars final.
Alex Burchill with a top on her second try, same as Miho. They both will proceed to the super final.
Sean, this is about as neck and neck as it can possibly get, really.
Oh, definitely.
So, we know now who is through to the super final. We know that Alex Burchill and Miho Nanaka are through in the women's super final. And we know that we're going to be having the men's competition next. We're going to find out whether it's Jongwon Chon, Yone Cruder, or Tomiaki Takata that go through in the men's competition.
I hope they show it, but I love how just before Alex checks to make sure her toe isn't going to slip as she's matching the jug last hole.
So
good. Bit overkill, but she knows what to do.
Don't want to make that mistake.
What we have on the men's side is Jongwon Chong with 2 tops, Yone Cruder with 2 tops, and Takata with just 1 top, I believe.
So again, with the men, Takata has 2 tries to make the last boulder. Jongwon's actually already through, and if Takata does it in the first 2 tries, then Yone also has to do it or flash the zone.
So,
Yep.
those were those moments where the athletes were fighting with boulder number 3. You can see us again. Hello, folks at home. Great to have you on board. Miho Nanaka cruised that move. It took her 2 goes to work it out, to hit that as a dyno. once she'd found that beater, there was no stopping her. Then, of course, it fell to Alex Puccio, who stuck it on the first try. Then we saw that foot pop. And then, of course, on the second try, she was very, very precise with that foot. She was very pleased to top the boulder, go through to the super final. Sasha, quickly tell us about that knee, because Alex mentioned holding a knee before.
Alex Puccio is showing no restraint on her knee, actually. She seems to be climbing very solidly, using heel hooks, toe hooks, and being dynamic. So the knee seems to be recovered. Hopefully this round isn't upsetting it. And I am excited to see her compete against Miho in this super boulder.
Well, we're gonna have to wait, because before that happens, Tomiaki Takata has to climb, Yone Cruder has to climb, and Jongwon Chon has to climb. Wherever you're tuning in, we are very, very pleased to have you on board. Delighted, in fact. Do drop us a comment, let us know where you're tuned in from, who you think is going to be on the top spot. Here he comes, very polite, very calm, very composed.
Keeping it simple, Tomiaki. Again, reading the problem, making sure that he's seen everything that there is, any hidden screw-ons.
First time we've seen this boulder climbed. Lots of volumes. Oh, wow. Now, that volume that has, I think it's a cheetah volume, actually. The second one has a voltonic ply volume squished in on the top of it. It creates a very small edge, a very small slot. So it requires ultimate precision to hit that. And then not only ultimate precision, but crazy core tension to stick it as well. Sean, talk us through what you're seeing there.
Yeah, that's really hard, and it's a little bit evil of the root setters, even a little bit, because you're so used to grabbing all these holds, and then all of a sudden you block it with this huge triangle. So you can see, like, it's not even a really far jump, and Takata's having a hard time landing it with his left hand.
You kind of stab the fingers. I actually had a little play on this. You stab the fingers into that top volume before you hit the bottom volume. That hurts.
There's some hesitation that goes into that. And it's just this subconscious knowing that your hand is going to be jabbing into that plywood. It's not a very comfortable feeling to be approaching that dyno.
Tomiaki Takata lines up one more time. Whoa, he was close that time.
I wonder, Sean, if he could throw his left foot and hit that blue volume as a foot to stop his momentum.
I think you nailed it, Sasha. I do think, looking at it, that's what the root setters saw, but they did preview them, so maybe it's a little bit too far left, or maybe it's so hard, he's having such a hard time coordinating the hands that he can't get his foot out. So
Those yellow volumes are so not positive on such a steep angle that your body's just flying outward while you need to keep your core inward.
I mean, I have crazy things going through my head. Like, I think it's maybe like a triple, and then you gotta like get both feet over there, and you gotta koala it with your toes. But that's never gonna happen.
You demonstrate that in the chair next to me.
And he sticks it! Tomiaki Takata finally sticks the move. Just over a minute on the clock, places that heel on, which is a very tenuous position. Bumps it with the left hand, and now we start to see some progress. Compression on those volumes. Slot grip, oh, and he misses the right hand.
Takata
will be Takata's last try. Sticks the dyno again. See if he can stick the second blue crimp.
So much precision in this boulder problem as the different screw-ons are stacked on top of each other.
Wow, Ripper, so close. Sean, it looked like he had that for a millisecond.
And he was really close to sticking that. You could see his fingers engaged. He was high enough, and I just didn't have enough juice in the tank.
Crazy. There was that moment again. And as you said before, Sean, actually, it's worth pointing out this again. In not topping that boulder, we now know that our super final will be Jongwon Chon and Yone Cruder.
So are you thinking dancing?
I'm thinking dancing.
Is Jongwon gonna dance?
If he doesn't, I will be bitterly disappointed.
I think yeah, it would be the same as the women. They're definitely gonna try it, and I think Jongwon, if he sticks the first move, I think he can do it because he's really strong on crimps.
So strong on crimps. At his wall, at his gym, he has this kind of scatter wall of holds. There's all these huge volumes on it, and between each volume, there's about 10 tiny, tiny blade crimps. It's absolutely incredible watching him climb, and he creates these super intense boulder problems to replicate the Boulder World Cup. And he has a rule that he only touches the foothold that he's allowed to, and isn't allowed to touch any other hold. So it's incredible precision. Before we see Jongwon Chon, though,
We first have Yone Cruder of Slovenia.
we do indeed. He's got a smile on his face, Sean.
Because of the reverse ranking, I totally spaced on that. So yeah, Yone is before Jongwon, and they're both already through, so.
Well, I have no doubt that Yone Cruder is going to give his best effort. Let's see how he does this initial dyno.
And he's going, he's using the roof.
Very smart. Very smart indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Yone Cruder fist pumps before he's even done the boulder. So strong and so composed to do that first time.
Yeah, Yone missing that screw on his first attempt up over this volume, sticking it on that next go.
Now, hard moves. Looked like he wanted to wrap the hand on that Voltonic volume there. Oh.
So much body tension maneuvering over that volume. Not only does he need to get a high foot, but also get his chest up around that pointed volume that's protruding outward against him.
The question is, will Yone Cruder be the champion, or will it be a case of another one bites the dust?
We still have Jongwon Chon to come out after Yone, yet both of them having secured their spot in the super final. All I want is some more dancing by Jongwon Chon.
Just in case Sean was thinking of busting some moves next to us.
Yone taking his time, knowing that he shouldn't burn all of his energy in this round, as he's probably aware that he's advanced.
It's crazy seeing one competitor do some move or get their feet in a certain position, and you're like, oh yeah, it looks totally normal. And then Yone, he had a really hard time getting his heel up on a hand-foot match, where Takata had his heel up, he bumped into the volume, and they're still trying to go to the same hold, but I just watched the two different styles, and it's really, really cool.
It's neat, too, to see the different ways in which they struggled. For Yone, that initial movement, stemming his way up that roof and then jumping out with no trouble. Let's see if he can do it again.
Okay, Yone Cruder on men's boulder number 3, one of only 3 male competitors to be able to try this one. We've seen 3 eliminated already. We know that Yone will be in the super finals. Oh, and he doesn't quite hit it this time. Is he looking tired there?
I think he's already thinking about the super boulder by now.
I think he's conserving his energy for the next round. I'll be curious to see if he gives it another try or not.
Okay, lines up one more time. 20 seconds on the clock. So he just misses it. He's called it a day. And that is the difference. It's a plus format. He could get on and have another go, but he's decided that's enough. He's saving his energy for the super boulder. Yone Cruder wants to win this thing. Now, sorry, Sasha, go on.
Now there may be a psychological challenge in which Jongwon Chon is going to walk out and give this boulder a try. And I'll be curious to see if he does do it, what Yone is thinking.
It's very true. Now, last year, I interviewed Chon after he came second to Tomoe Narasaki, and I said to him, you know, what did he think? What was his feelings? Basically, he said, next year I'm going to win. That's what he told me. That's what Chon said. So he's coming here to win.
Not shy about his confidence?
I mean, if you were going to use any word to describe Jongwon Chon, shy would not be one of them.
We do love his dancing.
Here he comes. The dry ice billows out of the tunnel. Korean fans texting or filming. Here he comes, waves to the crowd.
Jongwon Chon.
Yes. This guy is just having so much fun.
Sequencing out the boulder problem, making sure he sees everything.
Okay. Jongwon Chon of Korea won the gold medal in the Asia Games this year. Was ranked #1 in the world last year, #1 in the world in 2016. This guy is one of the best out there right now. He wants to win this thing tonight. He doesn't need to top this boulder. He's already qualified for the super final. Oh, and almost flashes that move, but not quite holding it there.
The move that Yone flashed. Yet, I don't think that Jongwon Chon is going to be held back by that move this next try.
Interestingly, Yone is quite a bit taller than Chon. Yone was able to really get high in that roof before reaching out Chon.
Yeah, it was weird. If they show a replay, his left hand, I think, slipped just as he applied pressure on his feet. And so he kind of lost it just before he jumped, and he almost did it. But I think that was the difference between Yone and Chon.
Jongwon clearly excited to get back on the wall, dancing along with the music.
There is actually a hold under there.
Against that volume.
There it is! Sticks it! Jongwon Chon sticks the move to that blocked cheetah volume.
I have a feeling he's not going to struggle with the flexibility of getting his heel hook up.
Got that left hand crimp. Tiny little slot, places the right hand with ease. Oh, that crimp is nasty. Sticks the left crimp. One more move to the top. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is. Jongwon Chon of Korea. 3 boulders out of 3. The only tops of all 3 boulders of all the competitors. If anyone had just stated an intention to win, he's kissing the guns. Jongwon Chon means business.
Jongwon Chon is using his motivation and going to carry that into the next round for the super final.
He's going to be fired up for that 4th boulder.
But you know what? I have a feeling that Yone won't be put off by that.
Yeah, I don't know. It's we'll have to ask him later.
For sure.
Regardless of what happens, we've got to ask him later.
Yeah.
It would be a curious psychological struggle, actually, seeing your next up competitor complete the problem that you didn't complete.
So, while this replay is playing, we can actually say now we know who the super finalists are. Miho Nanaka and Alex Puccio in the women's competition. Jongwon Chon and Yone Cruder in the men's competition. We're going to see some slow-mo replays and talk about the whole process again. We're going to be back on your screens before we get prepared for that super final. Sasha, this is like the cusp of the main part of the event now. How are you feeling?
You know, I'm feeling like this is exactly the super final boulder that we predicted.
It is.
It's Yone versus Jongwon Chan and Alex Puccio versus Miho.
Interestingly, Sasha, your eyes seem to just be getting wider and wider as the comp goes on. I can't decide if it's the Red Bull or if you're just really enjoying it.
This has just been such an exciting finals to watch. We've seen such a diversity of problem sets and such a display of different technique, but also agility and ability to be dynamic, yet also in total control.
Sean, it's been a real thriller. It was very unpredictable from the start in those first couple of boulders, but it really became apparent on this one. I'm still going to stick with my prediction of Sean. What about you?
Yeah, I'm staying strong in my predictions.
We'll have to wait and see. If you are watching at home, we'd love to know who you think are going to be the winners. You can send us comments, you can send us direct messages at Sean McCall, at Sasha DiGiulian, at Liam Lonsdale. We love to hear from you guys. We love to hear what you think. This is all about getting involved. Now, of course, this was the moment Yone Cruder got involved. Hello again to everybody at home. Oh, he was so close there with that right hand. Didn't manage to stick that move again.
So close, yet also conserving his energy for this next round could have been very intelligent. I don't think that Jongwon Chan is going to run out of energy, though.
And no, he definitely looked confident and calm when he stuck that. Didn't look like he was powering out at all. Just fumbled the first move, as Sean said, and then went on to basically cruise the upper part of that boulder. You're impressed with that one, Sean?
Yeah, that was really cool. And it was actually crazy because he went up with his right hand where the other two competitors were falling, and that next move looked heinous. And he's really good on crimps, so that was a really, really impressive to see.
Well, there we go. That is the super boulder. Let's take a quick look at those holds. We can see two hexagonal volumes, both voltonic, and they're inverted. One's up, one's down. Big jump, I think, to a volcano from Cheetah. The move out right to that big toilet seat type hold on the right, then a very small crimp to the lip.
And you have to stand in order to press that buzzer. This is essentially a speed climbing competition with a challenging boulder problem. It reminds me of the duel competition that happens in Arco.
Right, it's like it is a duel. You know, this is how fast can you read the boulder problem, how fast can you climb the boulder problem, can you make mistakes? Like, you know, there's so many things that come into this. Sean, you're a pro in this category.
Yeah, I climbed naturally pretty quickly, so I was really happy about this. And looking at the boulder, I kind of think they're both going to flash it.
The girls.
And so, I mean, the first move looks a little bit weird because I don't know if they can keep their feet on. You can jump one hand, you can jump two hands, you can jump one hand to each hold, you could do a little triple jump. Like, what's really interesting is because they're flashing it, they don't know what to do. Whereas if this was an after work and they knew exactly what to do, you'd see them fly up the boulder.
So Sean's prediction is that they're going to flash this one. Sasha?
My prediction is that, oh man, it's so difficult to know because of that start. It seems like the start you could fumble the first try and then stick it this next. However, I don't think that it will be difficult after that first move.
So Miho Nanaka versus Alex Puccio. Miho placed third at this competition in 2017 and 2016, fifth in 2015. Alex Puccio is a two-time winner. Miho Nanaka was the overall Boulder World Cup winner this year. Alex Puccio took a gold medal this year. These two are so tight. It's going to be a real thrilling super final, and I cannot wait. Ladies and gentlemen, Liam Lonsdale, Sasha DiGiulian, Sean McCall with you here for the women's super final of the 2018 Adidas Rockstars event.
Real quick, boys, who's it going to be?
Oh, man. Alex.
John?
Alex.
Wow.
I've got to say Alex. She's American, and she is such a dominant competitor, but so is Miho. Here we go.
Puccio stood way closer. Puccio's on first, places the right foot, jumps up, hits the left hand, misses it. Miho hits it first time in the double Gaston, reaches out with the right hand. Alex Puccio sticks it. Oh my gosh, this is so close. Puccio's got the heel in, Nanaka's got the toe in. Nanaka gets the crimp. Puccio gets the crimp, she falls. Miho Nanaka just has to hold it together. Can she do it? She hits the top rail, one hand, two hand. Ladies and gentlemen, the 2018 Adidas Rockstar is Miho Nanaka. Sasha, that was incredible.
What an incredible comeback of Alex Burchill, followed by a pull-through of Miho.
That was crazy. Alex jumping one hand, Miho jumping two hands. You're like, oh, it's done. Alex sticking the move. You look over, Miho actually has only done one move. Then the heel versus the toe, and then Alex sees the toe, maybe changes it. And, wow.
Miho is the double dyno champion. She has displayed such dynamicism throughout this competition. So springy, so athletic. Also, huge congrats to Alex Burchill. What a showing of them both.
Second place for Alex Burchill, but the first time she's won this event. Not only is she overall Boulder World Cup winner this year, but Miho Nonaka is the Adidas Rockstar. Mike Hamill now, we'll have a quick interview with her.
I'm so happy. Finally, I became Rockstar. I'm ready to win. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for Miho Nonaka. That is what you're dreaming as an athlete, to be on the Super Bowl. But Alex, come to me. That was another one which was really quick. But to be for the third time in the women's super final, this is something special.
Yeah, very special. This is, I mean, and she's so fast. I went into this knowing she's really fast. So, yeah, I mean, this event is always so much fun. There's so many people here, and it's cool to be able to climb in front of you guys, so thank you.
We thank you guys. Run-up, Alex Burchill and Miho Nonaka, ladies and gentlemen. Und wir haben eine ganz kurze Umbaupause, dass wir jetzt auf die Männer...
First place. That was over so fast.
Well, as we see, we all predicted wrong, so what's going to happen now?
Oh my gosh. I didn't even realize that we all predicted wrong.
There was a heel, then there was a toe, then there was a toe again, then there was the heel. Alex Burchill tried to press it out.
Yeah, that was the difference. Miho actually matched her volume with the foot in and locked off to get her left hand in the air, and Alex had tried to already have her right hand flipped and then fell on that move.
Alex Burchill seemed to be prematurely pressing before really pulling in with her foot.
And it's really great to see the sportsmanship of them hugging after.
So let's talk about Jongwon Chon and Yone Cruder. Yone Cruder in 2014 was third. Jongwon Chon was second. Yone Cruder in 2015 was third. Jongwon Chon was fifth. Yone Cruder in 2016 was sixth. Jongwon Chon didn't make finals. In 2017, Jongwon Chon was second. Yone Cruder didn't make finals. Yone has won this event once, back in 2013. They're pretty heavily tied.
I have to say, I would love to see the dancing at the top, but I also would love to see Yone cinch.
Well, we have the scores on the screen, and now let's take a look at how Miho Nonaka made her way from the qualifiers through to the winning of the super final. There she was in the qualifiers yesterday morning. So strong on that pinch boulder. So many moves.
Miho has such an incredible ability to be at once graceful yet also dynamic. Something that's really important in competition climbing, as well as climbing in general, is being able to change the pace of your rhythm. Knowing when to go fast, when to go slow, when to be jumping, and when to be technical.
And this, of course, was such a clutch move for Nonaka earlier today. One of only a few women to top that one. Oh, that was women's four. So many different methods that we saw deployed on that one. Nonaka, of course, successful in making that one work.
And Nonaka, again, she was the only competitor to skip that first blue volume and go directly to that zone.
And then, of course, we were here in the finals. Miho Nonaka came out strong on women's number one. Made her way up to the top of that hole. Topped with relative ease. Then, of course, there was the dyno. So smooth in that move, strong in the shoulders despite an injury.
Miho also climbed with her chalk bag and chalked up several times throughout this round.
So strong from Miho Nanaka. That big signature smile shining from her face out to the crowd.
So many strong Japanese climbers out on this circuit.
And this was the moment. Saw the different beta and how close they were. Look at that, neck and neck. She got the crimp, then she got the toe, and Alex Puccio knew it was all over. Miho Nanaka stood on top, checked to see that she'd won. In a moment of relief and a moment of happiness, she won. And then on stage, Eclipse, the human beatbox, with his loop station. Everything you hear right now is from his mouth.
Eclipse can be found on YouTube, Spotify, Facebook, all the social channels. He was just with us live on the studio.
He was indeed, and he actually has a new album out right now. It's called Lips, L-I-P-S.
Makes sense considering he told us that he can play 10 instruments with his lips alone. Incredibly creative.
You can see there that packed house, over 3,500 people in here.
And we are watching your live commentary. We just saw that Alexander Migos is watching. Hello and welcome back to you.
All right,
Alex. We are reading your comments, so let us know what you think of the competition so far. Wage in your bets for this super final.
It's kind of hard to believe that all this is coming out of this man's mouth.
Beatboxing is crazy.
How's your beatboxing, Sean?
Bad.
Well played.
Almost as good as yours, Sasha.
I have a microphone on. I don't think that we want to hear my
Definitely don't.
beatboxing. For those of you just tuning in, just ahead of us is the super final boulder brought by Yone Cruder and John Wong Chan.
Classic. Oh, yeah. Super slow. Super slow. JJ fans. JJ fans. JJ fans. JJ fans. Yeah. JJ fans. JJ fans. All right. JJ fans. JJ fans. When I'm doing the way you want to think, we want to get a bit of the young story. You're never think about it, so you gotta get them in the money, but good on you, so be relaxed. Never get on the hands, I'm a winner, but for the minute, he's set up in a minute, because I want to get him on the minute, I'm getting better music, you make it better music, make you lose control. Beatbox make you lose control. Just like a rock star. All my brothers got that gas and they always be smoking like a rock star.
That was the human beatbox, Eclipse, straight out of Paris. His new album is out now on all good music services. It's called Lips. Incredible stuff. All the noises you just heard were made by that man's mouth. Okay, the men's super boulder has been set. The tension is palpable. The crowd is waiting with bated breath. My co-hosts Sasha, DiGiulian and Sean McCall are waiting with bated breath. Sean, how are we feeling over there?
Baited.
Sasha, how are you feeling?
I think your lips wanted to pronounce some big B letters after that beatbox.
Exactly. I was feeling alliterated.
Well, I am feeling so excited to see who is going to take down this championship. It's been a close competition throughout the board, and now we have two of our favorites.
So similar start holds for the men, and actually very similar upper holds as well. Of course, they only have a limited time to change it. So the difference that we're seeing, instead of going up to a volcano, we're going right to a pinchy banana. From the pinchy banana, we're then going up to the toilet seat style hold again. That one's been rotated ever so slightly, I would say through about 20 degrees. Then it's all out for glory to the top. Sean, is this a flash boulder?
Let's see. Yep.
Oh, wow.
I think they'd have to do it a little bit differently because they have that little chip foothold. But I think they can reach the first one kind of static, and then they probably swing, like cross, feet cut, and then match. They could like match and then do double shoulder, but it might be slower. I don't know. I think they'll both flash it, though.
I mean, it's worth pointing out that in the superfinal for the women, we had overall Women's Boulder World Cup winner Miho Nanaka. She took the win. In the men's final, we have men's overall Boulder World Cup winner Yone Cruder. Is the pattern going to repeat itself?
You know, both men are so dynamic, and they both have the ability to climb fast. I think that Jongwon Chon is going to have no problem with that little jib that's at the top. I think Yone Cruder might actually just mantle.
Well, in just a few moments' time, we'll be ready to go. You guys sit tight. The action is going to be intense. I'm hyped.
The route setters are making final adjustments to the super boulder.
So what we're going to see now actually is Jongwon Chon and Yone Cruder and how they both got to the super final. We're actually getting the information that the route setters need to tweak something on the super boulder. So they're going to do that, and we're going to watch this. So that was, of course, Chon earlier today in the men's semi-final, completely cruised his way through that boulder. That was a flash. One of few climbers to flash that one. Then, of course, we had that amazing boulder set by Sukuru Hori that Will Bosey was the first person to top in flash style. Jongwon Chon made this look like about a V2. Slapped up to that big ball. And of course, there was that difficult boulder. He made that one work for him. Jongwon Chon, such a tenacious athlete. Then we go through to the finals, of course, and Jongwon Chon used the beater that Sean had proposed, topped with style and a little dance. And of course, he was the only climber. Was he the only climber? No, there was 2 climbers that topped this one. He was the only one to do that crazy foot swap and decided to top out, do a little dance. Always got such good style, Jongwon Chon. People online are definitely behind both athletes, trying to work out whether more people are behind Chon or Yone. Then, of course, he was the only climber to top this one. Joining me now very briefly is actually Petra Klingler, who was one of the women's finalists. Petra, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, we're super good. We were really excited to see you climb in. You didn't make the 3rd boulder. Talk us through those first 2 very quickly.
Well, the first one was really a hard one to read, first of all, and then also to climb. Skin was already thin and it was painful. I didn't figure out the solution that well, but in the end, I guess the best athletes go through, and it wasn't me today.
We just seen Miho Nanaka take the win.
It was incredible, but my bet was on her because she's just so strong at the moment, and I mean her climbing is an inspiration for all of us athletes, I guess, and she deserved it. No one else did. She deserved it.
Speaking of superfinals, we of course have the men's one about to take place. Yone Cruder versus Jongwon Chon. Yone's won this event before. Jongwon Chon's been ever so close. Who do you think is going to be the winner tonight?
It's a really hard battle once again. These 2 guys are both really strong. I'm not sure Yone, he didn't do the last boulder. Maybe he saved some energy there. But I would really love to see Chon Won's dance if he would win.
I think that dance will be monumental.
Yeah.
Petra, give a wave down that camera right there. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you at the after party. Great competitor there, Petra Klingler, World Bouldering Champion 2016. Made it through to the finals tonight, but no Boulder 3 or Super Final for her. Then, of course, Yone Cruder had his path to the super final. Didn't top number 3, did manage to top number 2 and number 1. It's going to be really, really tight, this one. There is the super final. Okay, what tweaks have we seen there? So there's an extra hold attached on the first volume for the feet.
There is still the screw-on at the top of the mantle.
This is going to be so interesting.
Really what this problem breaks down to is very few holds on the super boulder, which will mean the climbers will climb very fast.
Steep first panel, slightly less steep second panel, then a steep slab, then the top. With the right foothold, it's possible to hold that slopey edge. We will see. And there is, of course, the wave god's wave god, Jongwon Chon. Look at that. He's already a champion. And then, of course, 2018 World Cup bouldering champion from Slovenia. Took his first gold medal this year. It's Yone Cruder.
Yone Cruder running out with a wave. Both men looking equally excited.
You think they're gonna go?
already dancing.
You think they're gonna go for the fist bump before they go?
Oh, I don't know. Chon does like a fist bump. They did it last year.
I say yes.
Oh, they're gonna dance!
Oh man.
Yes. A bump. And here we go.
Here they go. Yone's up first. Yone hits the sloper. Hits the top. Chon hits the top. Yone hits the grip. Yone's got the front top.
Yone's taking the
Oh my
lead.
gosh!
Going
Ladies
for
and
the
gentlemen.
championship.
There it is. Yone Cruder of Slovenia is the 2018 Adidas Rockstars. Jungwon Chon takes silver. Look at those two.
Again with the sportsmanship, both Jungwon Chon breaking out his dance moves anyway.
You think they both won? Absolutely stunning stuff from Slovenia's Yone Cruder. Just like Miho Nanaka, 2018 overall Boulder World Cup champion, Yone Cruder is the Adidas Rockstar. Sean, talk us through that one.
It actually came down to the way they started the boulder. I didn't actually realize that the start hold was the long one up in the air. I thought they had to actually like squat on those two volumes out left. But Yone just like tagged his foot with his left, and Jongwon actually got a heel hook. And then so Yone was just ahead the whole boulder. He had a little slip in the middle, so he lost a tiny bit of ground, but then, you know, he could see the finish line, and yeah, he beat him by what, 4 or 5 seconds.
Yeah, Sasha, what do you make of that one?
I mean, Yone made that double dyno out of the gate so quickly that he already had that momentum carrying through with him. As he was ahead of Jongwon, he kept that momentum and didn't look back.
Did Yone Cruder extra hard bump Jongwon Chon so that he couldn't get the run up? Was it a tactical butt bump? That was so good. So good. True performers, Crazy Cruder and Jongwon Chon dancing their way into the super final. Yone Cruder taking the top spot first. Now we're going to grab a few words with the champion and event director Mike Hamel.
Zum zweiten Mal. What a season, Yone. What a season. Kicking ass in the Boulder World Cup, taking the overall title, and right now crowning yourself for the second time with the Adidas Rockstar title. How are you feeling?
I feel amazing. No, seriously, this is just like a cherry on the top of the cream, because after World Cup in Munich, my dreams came true. So yeah, this is just like enjoying the rest of the season.
What is different with Adidas Rockstar in comparison to the World Cup? I said, this crowd is amazing here.
Yeah, crowd, thank you, everybody. Yeah, the atmosphere is great. It's just, yeah, and maybe my mind, it's a bit like easy going now because the season is over and really no expectations for next comps after World Cup, so it's just fun.
Last year we had the fist bump between Humor and Arasaki and Jongwon Chon. This year we had this one. Did you talk about this in the athletes lounge?
We like to dance together. Like,
but you're not sharing a room together, no.
John, we sleep together tonight.
Like the best couple award. Come on, Young. Young Wong is a really good friend of mine. And there is nobody in the world who's enjoying bouldering more than you, and especially enjoying a great crowd like Stuttgart.
I'm really happy today. Yeah, because I'm only one guy or get the top this final, and yeah, I'm really happy, and I always enjoy to this competition. Thanks you guys, and please believe one more time. I will hit the bujo next year. I will be there.
You coming back and training hard, ladies and gentlemen. Yone Cruder and Jongwon Chon.
And so there you have it. Jongwon Chon says, please believe me, one more time. I will be back next year and I will be the one hitting that buzzer. How many times does he have to say it before it comes true? We certainly cannot fault his commitment. Once again through to the super final. Once again pipped to the post. Stunning sportsmanship. Wonderful camaraderie and a brilliant event. There was the dance. There was the butt bump.
Now we can analyze the butt bump.
And there it was. Yone Cruder exploded through. He even managed to hold that crimp on a foot pop. Look at those eyes. Steely cool. Pressed up, jumped up, stand up. There it is. Yone Cruder, pretty happy. Such wonderful scenes there. Seeing the guys hugging it out at the top of the boulder. Chon with a toe hook.
That toe hook, as Sean mentioned, what seemed to be held back the momentum as Yone ran up on the right side.
In just a few seconds, we will have the award ceremony. We'll be going up there shortly after the award ceremony to go and grab the athletes for an interview. We'll be doing that on a social media stream, so do tune in for that. You can see that whole thing go on pretty soon. Podium is being set up as we speak. It feels like we've been here way longer than 2 days. What a competition this has been. Did you guys have fun?
It was such an exciting competition to watch. We saw the change of names from tops to Miho taking down the final victory, and likewise on the men's side. It goes to show that after qualifiers, there is no predicting who will take that final victory. How about you, Sean?
Yeah, it was really exciting to watch, and the format of the Super Boulder is it's really cool. Last year with the fist bump, this year with the butt bump. I often thought maybe one year they can even like switch sides, but then you have to switch at the top. And yeah. Anyways, but no, it's super exciting, and they climbed really well.
It was certainly a thrilling competition. Yone Cruder and Miho Nanaka take top prize of 4,000 euros, second place 3,000 euros, third place 1,500, all the way down to sixth in the finalists. The 20,000 euro prize pot being spread out very nicely. Those are those unique star trophies. You've got a few of those on your cabinet, Sean.
Yep, I have 4.
Oh, you do, because of course you have.
I was third place
third
in one of them, and then I've won 3 times. Yeah. And they used to be made out of rock.
Yes, they did.
And those are really heavy, and they're hard to get home.
I was going to say, how was that on the luggage XS?
I just hung it around my neck.
Mike Harmel thanking the crowd for their support, and in a short moment we will see the podiums.
At the end of the competition. And right now, we are ready to present you the 2 bronze medalists of the 2018 Adidas Rockstar event. In third place, bronze medal for Ekaterina DiGiulian.
Third place and bronze medal in the women's competition goes to Russia's 29-year-old Katia Kiprianova.
In third place, in the next category, ladies and gentlemen, from Japan, Tomiaki Takata.
Tomiaki Takata.
Actually, it's third place in the men. It's third place in the men. Tomiaki Takata climbed so well in the men's competition to take third.
So composed throughout the whole competition.
Alex Puccio, a well-deserved silver star and second place for the American powerhouse.
In second place, the man with the dance moves, Jong Wong Chan.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready. Another season is over. They're crowning themselves with the title of...
And what a perfect fairy tale finish to a season for 2 Boulder World Cup champions.
From Japan, after he came to Miho Nanaka.
And Miho Nanaka.
Miho Nanaka takes first place. So good for her to round off an incredible season. She climbed well at World Championships. She climbed well in the overall World Cup Tour. Finishes that Boulder season with a win at the Rockstars. And of course, that was Yone Cruder, gold medalist here at Adidas Rockstars.
Takes the victory. First place, Adidas Rockstars Championship.
That's what you dream of. And after the most
there, Axel presenting the awards. Head of Sports Marketing for Adidas Terex. Big smiles from Jongwon Chon. Here they are. Golden Rockstars, Yone Cruder and Miho Nanaka.
What an exciting event it was, and what a perfect finish. Camaraderie and sportsmanship on both sides in that Super Boulder final.
Such a thrilling final, and of course a thrilling finish. The streamers blown out, pyrotechnics going off, music turned up to 11.
I believe there's confetti, gold confetti, falling through the air in this stadium.
We're going to check out some of the highlights of the competition before we disappear. But first, to get the prize money checks.
An important detail that is, Liam.
I wouldn't know.
Sean would.
Is it an important detail, Sean?
Yeah, you try to bring it to the bank and they deny it.
I mean, they don't take that big styrofoam placard.
What do you do with yours, Sean?
The first time I won, they actually used to be a little bit bigger, and I really wanted to take it home, but it was too big. And now they're a little bit smaller. You can actually fit that in a suitcase. But no, the trophy's really nice. I think it has the year on it as well. They've changed a little bit over the years, but it's the trophies that we really want to keep.
Looks like they're all getting presented with a shoe as well.
I hope there's another shoe that comes along with that one.
Just the one shoe.
They can combine.
They've all got left shoes. There's going to be a lot of hopping at the after party tonight.
Blue shoe. This is probably part of the new line.
Oh my gosh, they're going to need a suitcase to take all this stuff home with them.
Oh, the suitcases get bigger.
And of course, those are the crash pads. You guys can actually vote for your favorite athletes using the Vertical Life Climbing app. If you have the Vertical Life Climbing app, you can open it right now and vote for your favorite athlete just by tapping their name. The best athletes with the highest number of votes will win an extra prize, and you will be entered into a lottery to win one of those Rockstars crash pads yourself. Still have a few minutes to do that on the Vertical Life Climbing app, available in the Android and the Apple App Store. There are so many prizes. And so there are your podium placing athletes. Third place, Tomiaki Takata and Ekaterina Kiprianova. Second place, Jongwon Chon and Alex Puccio, the Adidas Rockstars 2018 winners. Yone Cruder and Miho Nanaka.
Stay tuned on the live feed. We will have these athletes in studio with us.
This is where Mike Hamill will announce the winner of the favorite athlete. And Alex Puccio takes it. Alex Puccio is the crowd favorite.
She was certainly one of our crowd favorites here at the desk.
And the men's favorite athlete of 2000.
There we wait for the men's favorite athlete to be announced.
2017. He made it again. Ladies and gentlemen, from Germany,
Jan Hoyen won last year and he takes it again. Crowd favorite. Look at that. Great work from Jan Hoyen. Vertical Live crowd favourites, Alex Puccio and Jan Hoyer. Awesome work from them.
Let's celebrate. Thank you very much. This is Adidas Rockstars. See you next year.
And there they are. Podium placers. And so, there are some of the highlights of the day. It's been an absolutely incredible event. We have seen tops, we have seen falls, we have seen blood, we have seen sweat. I don't think we've seen tears, but I tell you what, we have seen raw emotion. It's been an absolutely thrilling event, and it's a huge thank you, of course, to all of our sponsors. Sean, 10 seconds, best highlight from the event.
Whoa, that's a really hard one. I mean, the finals, it's so easy to say they're the best just because it's a race, and you could see them one ahead, one. It would have been really cool to see Puccio come back, and then, yeah, the last boulder.
Sasha?
I would have to say Yone's final performance on that super boulder. It was such a tight performance and so much motivation, so much excitement.
Well, you guys at home, it's a huge thank you from us, Sean McCall, Sasha DiGiulian, and myself, Liam Lonsdale. It's been our absolute pleasure to have you along for this ride. Once again, the Adidas Rockstars professes to be one of the best and most exciting competitions on the planet. Come back next year for all of the action. Until then, take it easy.